Good evening, I am Arthur Manuel, and this is my presentation on how similar is NixOS to Gentoo Linux. What's the objective of this presentation? What's the main takeaway that you should know after watching this presentation? Well, this presentation is meant to describe findings that I've noted from Nix and NixOS that could be linked to the Gentoo Linux distribution. This could also be used to spark drama in comment sections in YouTube or chat rooms related to Gentoo's or NixOS because it's fun sparking fires, isn't it? And finally, it's a joke project that I am having fun with, and if applicable, I could be using this presentation to demonstrate my speaking abilities so I can get through higher places in college. Okay, on to me. What does Gentoo Linux do? Gentoo Linux allows the user to compile their own packages with their own compiler flags and use flags. Such as, if you want to compile the Linux kernel, if you want to compile glibc with your architecture in mind, you could do that. Or if you want to compile GCC to have Go support, then you could use a Go use flag to compile GCC, so you can have GCC Go, the Go compiler for GCC. What does NixOS do? NixOS, or Nix in general, installs packages to a store folder. This could be /nix/store. This store folder holds packages from different versions that you've created from previous generations of your Nix or NixOS setup. These generations could be rolled back to if something were to go wrong, such as your system starts crashing more often. NixOS and Nix is configured declaratively instead of the imperative approach, where you use commands to do something, such as to make users, and editing text files to change the time zone, etc. You can all do that within a configuration .nix file. This, although it could be called anything else, such as default.nix, etc. Where you can go into environment.system packages to add packages, configure the time zone by adding .time.timezone. Time.timezone is equal to the string Europe London, for example, to say that you want the London time zone, etc. And of course, doing the reverse will do the contrary. What might NixOS do that is similar to Gentoo? While Gentoo by default does source compiling, and NixOS does binaries by default, you can configure this setting in your Nix configuration. You can configure this setting by going into your Nix configuration, or NixOS configuration for the matter, and making the package manager compile by source at all times, similar to Gentoo. And the option that does so is right here. Use flags can also be replicated in Nix/NixOS using the Nix package manager's feature to override packages with your own options. Such options could be fonts in the Nerd Fonts override, where you can install Source Code Pro and Hack only those fonts, not as in like the entire Nerd Font set, by running this right here. As you can see in this example, this will override the Nerd Fonts package to only install the Source Code Pro font and the Hack font instead of the whole set. And then we get to compiler flags, because as mentioned previously, we kind of need compiler flags to be more like Gentoo. Nix allows the user to configure the standard environment. The standard environment is a set of options that can be used to make packages in NixOS. So if you want to make a derivation, you can run standardenv.mk derivation to make your own package with potentially your own overrides. You can edit the standardenv to include your own C flags, as you can see by this overlay right here. This could be added to your nixpkgs.overlay, which means you just get a standardenv, which is arguably what you want if you are a Gentoo user trying to move to Nix. And of course, what does NixOS / Nix do differently from one another? I already described a bunch of the differences that you could see from the NixOS and Gentoo bits, although the NixOS bit is quite lacking. It's a bit lacking. There's this section which I haven't talked about. Gentoo with use flags is definitely simpler than trying to use package overrides in NixOS or Nix, because you have to figure out what overrides exist in a package. Sometimes it doesn't even have it at all, and you have to create your own package that has those overrides. When Gentoo, you could just go to the packages part of the Gentoo site, and then look at the use flag section, see what it does, and then set them accordingly. So my conclusion here is that I have a reason to believe that while NixOS or Nix does collide with some of Gentoo's philosophies, such as with use flags and compiler flags being done with package overrides and standardenv, they are both completely different in their philosophies, which, because Gentoo is just a distro that by default is compiled by source, while NixOS is a distribution that aims to just be a declarative, reliable, and reproducible Nix distribution. Otherwise, thanks for watching, listening, etc. Hope you have the rest of the day proper chill, or more formally, hope you have a good rest of the day.